What's going on, everyone? So Kyle Kuzma has been linked to the Lakers pretty much all offseason. I mean, so much so that the Lakers have even explored the idea of potentially trading for Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma was on kind of that list of players that the Lakers may be interested in trading for, but Washington just has too high of an asking price currently for Kyle Kuzma. Maybe that changes, maybe that price drops, and then the Lakers maybe can come in and land themselves Kyle Kuzma. That would be great. It's funny that Kyle Kuzma, we trade him, and he's now one of the guys that we've been searching for the last 2-3 years, right? That two-way forward that's got size, that could play either forward spot. And Kyle Kuzma recently was doing a little interview and was asked about the Lakers and what his thoughts are and if he believed that the Lakers would be still contending for championships had he never been traded, had he been with the Lakers. And, I want to kind of go over what he said. And then, of course, I want to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. But for sure, 100%, I think it was tough because I think they kind of gave up on me. Kuzma said when asked if the Lakers would still be contending if he weren't traded. And they gave up on that team too, a little too early. Probably panicked a little bit, but in the NBA, things happen fast. You never know what's going to happen next, and it's always a revolving door. So we had a tough little stretch, but it happens. Now, again, would the Lakers be contenders with Kyle Kuzma? Say that deal never got done. Here's the thing, right? Now, obviously the Russell Westbrook trade, in hindsight, never should have happened, but it did happen. And, but remove that for a moment, right? If Kyle Kuzma was still on the Lakers, would the Lakers really be a contender with Kuz? I don't know, right? Kyle Kuzma right now on Washington, yeah, he's, 20-point-a-game scorer, right? But he's not this super efficient player, right? And I like Kuz a lot. Right? I do wish that the Lakers never traded him. Right? I do wish that the Lakers kept him around. But he's not this super just efficient scorer, right? I mean, even from 3-point range, right? Let's look at the last few years, right? Since being in Washington, year 1, he averaged 17 points. Year 2, he averaged 21 points. And then last year, he averaged 22 points, right? As well as last year was his highest assist total at 4.2. His rebounding actually dropped to 6.6. His first year in Washington was 8.5. Second year was 7.2. Now you look at the free throws. Okay, he's 70. He was 70. We'll be nice and round up 78% from the foul line last year. 2 previous years with Washington was 71 and 73%. He had EFG in his first year of 52%, then 51.8%. So let's say 52 2 straight years, and then 52.1% again. So EFG 52% the 3 years he was in Washington. Look at his 2-point percentage, right? On 8.5 attempts per game, year 1, 52.6%. In year 2, on 10.3 attempts, 53.3%. And then year 3 on 12.3 attempts, 53%. So for 2-point range, he's money. 2-point range, he's good. Looks good, right? But then you go to the 3-point range. And the last year he was with the Lakers was his best. I guess his rookie year was his best at 36.6%. But he averaged 36.1% the last year with the Lakers, and both seasons were actually 5.6% or 5.6 attempts. But then you look at his Washington seasons, right? 5.7 attempts on 34.1%. Year 2 on 7.5 attempts, 33.3%. And then this last year on 6.4 attempts, 33.6%. Now, again, that's not great. He's not this lights out shooter and stuff. And he basically is the guy in Washington. So he gets to chuck up the shots and he gets to play the role that he wants to play and he gets to do the things that he wants to do. It's not going to be the case with the Lakers. Now, again, if the Russell Westbrook thing never happened, No, in theory, you'd have, KCP and Kyle Kuzma, but you probably wouldn't, right? Kuz is going to get paid at some point, right? And KCP, you're probably losing at some point regardless. Now, could you have maybe won another championship? That's very possible, right? Because, again, all the guys we traded for Russell Westbrook, we've been searching for the last few years, right? So, you probably have at least another year or two of KCP and Kyle Kuzma, but at some point you're going to lose one, if not both, right? But also the Lakers were willing to trade Kuz even before the Russell Westbrook deal. They were looking to trade him for Buddy Hield, right? So, no, again, it's just, I don't know. Hindsight is always 2020, right? And I would love to have Kuz back, not for 2 firsts, but I would love to have Kyle Kuzma back. It's just, again, like, can he get back to that 36-37% from 3-point range, right? And would he ever evolve into the guy that he is in Washington, which, again, isn't super efficient, but he's still a guy that go get you 20. Now, if he could do that and translate that to the Lakers and get you, say 20 a night on better efficiency, then yes. And, his ability to defend multiple positions, play both forward spots, right? Like, Kuz could go a long way. I do like the idea of Kyle Kuzma still on the Lakers a lot because it solves a big problem that the Lakers have, right? But, what is the rest of the roster look like, right? Because if you don't have Russell Westbrook, then you don't get Jared Vanderbilt, you don't get D'Angelo Russell, which I know some people might look at it and go, it's okay. You don't get, well, I guess that's it from the remainder of that trade, right? So the question is Austin Reeves, Kyle Kuzma, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, and then whatever you have at the point guard position, is that enough to win a championship, right? Like, right now, the Lakers currently as constructed, could you let's say you turned Rui Hachimura into Kyle Kuzma, are the Lakers really that much better? Are the Lakers really a title contender? Maybe, right? Because, Kuz is going to give you better defense, right? He's just better at defending the three than a Rui Hachimura is. But last year, he was terrible defensively, right? Last year, he was a 120 defensive rating. Now, again, that's on the Washington Wizards, right? If you look at some of the years with the Lakers in 2020, 2021 with the Lakers, he was a 108.6. And then in 2019, 2020, he was at 109.1, right? So basically with the Lakers, he was around a 109. So if he could get back to somewhere in that ballpark, his first season with the Wizards was 113, it's 112.9 if you want to be specific. And then with year 2, he was 116.6. Even 116.6, like that was like league average this past year. So, if he could be, 115, 114, then yeah, now you have better defense, you get better shooting, right? Or not shooting, but better scoring, right? But you don't get that 3-point threat. So again, I don't know. I think that the Lakers would be better, right? I just don't think that they would be like true contenders. Like, I don't think Kyle Kuzma's making it sound like, man, if I was still on the Lakers, we'd be winning multiple championships. If he and Kyle Kuzma, or if he and KCP and Alex Caruso, who they never should have let go, that's the biggest blunder. I can live with Kuzma, right? KCP kind of hurts a little bit because I just think he's perfect at his role. But Alex Caruso, more than anything, because he would have been dirt cheap, and you chose him over THT, and THT can't even find a team. He just signed a 10-day contract with the Bulls, right? Like, that's the one that hurts the most, right? I would have loved to kind of keep those guys intact, and, if you had Kuz, Alex Caruso, and KCP, I do think the Lakers probably win another championship. Right? Even if you just had those three starting alongside LeBron and AD, I think you're not only the best defensive team in the league, but I do think that you're probably a contender. And then, if you add Austin Reeves, because you still would have added Austin Reeves because he was an undrafted free agent. So you still would have been able to get Austin Reeves. But does Austin Reeves evolve into the guy that he is? Right? If he has to play behind Alex Caruso and KCP and guys like that, right? Like, I don't know. It's a question, but I don't know. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions. I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. And again, kind of remove the Russell Westbrook from the conversation. Just if we had Kyle Kuzma right now, are we a contender? Are we better and have a realistic shot at winning a championship? Again, I think it makes us better. I just don't know if we're good enough to actually win an NBA championship with Kyle Kuzma. But how do you feel? What are your thoughts? I'd love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos. Truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.